NFL season is right around the corner. We are in the middle of preseason right now. We're getting able to scout a lot of these new guys that have come to these teams. We're banging, Mike.
Whoa.
This is our NFL win total special. We do this every year.
Yep.
And it's one of our most profitable episodes.
Makes you so much money.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Every
It's a good
time
one.
our consensus picks have gone over 80% in the last 2 seasons. If we're 4-0 on a win total over or under, and the 3-1 picks are still well above.
Still
50%. It's
72%.
over, it's like over 65%. So this is like the most profitable episode we do for gambling. We already did the college football win total one, and you guys are absolutely loving that video.
Oh, dude.
You're going crazy on
Go
it. So
check
if
it
you
out.
are into college football and you want to see win totals for the top 30 teams based on the coaches poll, go ahead and check out that video. But we're going to dive into the NFL right now. We got a lot of teams. We're covering every team in this video.
Yep.
We'll start at the top in the AFC. We'll start with the AFC East. Buffalo Bills. One of the best teams in all of football. Some people think the best team in football. Their win total agrees with them. 12.5 wins. It's plus 120 on the over. But, Ryan, when you look at this win total, is this something you're going over or under on?
Yeah, this one's tough. I absolutely love Josh Allen, and I like this team, but this is just too many wins. I think the whole entire division got better, in my opinion. The Dolphins, I think, will do well. The Patriots should not only win 3 or 4 games next year. I don't think anyone's thinking that. And then I think Fields will help the Jets a lot better. The Bills don't really have the best offense. James Cook's still on the fence. Who knows? He was a great runner for them last year, and doesn't seem like, I haven't heard anything, but doesn't seem like their continued contract extension. And their offense is like, their wide receivers are all right. It's going to be all Josh Allen again. Can he get to that 13 wins is absurd. I mean, 10 through 12 wins is still amazing.
He did it last year.
No, he did it last year. I just think this year it's a little harder thing to go over, and that's why it's plus money, so I'm going to go under.
Yeah, I love this over. They have the 23rd ranked strength of schedule, so 10th easiest in the league, with who I think is the best quarterback in the league. They won 13 games last year on a team I didn't think was very good.
Yeah.
Pretty much, it's a very similar team. James Cook will be there. He'll play. I love this over. You're getting plus 120 on it, and I think they just run it back. I think they're the 1 seed in the AFC, so I love the over here.
Yeah, I initially have kind of the same mind as Ryan. I just feel like 13 wins is too many. Affording only 4 losses is pretty gnarly for any team, even the Eagles or whoever it may be is just insane. But strength of schedule plays a big point, like Tyler said, and you kind of go through it and you see a lot of just kind of walkthroughs for, I mean, no team is really a walkthrough, but in the NFL, when certain giants are better calibers, they kind of are. I'm still going to go with the under. I just think it's too many. 13 is a lot.
Mario?
Yeah, I went through their schedule, given wins and losses through every game. I ended up with a, prediction of 13-4. So leaning over.
All right.
I agree with Ryan that every other team got better, but I also think the Bills got better. So
I do
I like
too.
sticking with the over. I think they go 13-4.
I do too.
like
but
that.
yep. All right, that's a push. So no pick from DJ.
No
Now,
pick,
that's
yeah.
how we're gonna
Good
do
old
it.
push.
Count them
Fair.
up 2-2. That means it's a push. If it's a consensus 4-0, you'll see fireworks on the screen, and that'll go to our end of episode card that we're gonna bet. Next team, Miami Dolphins. 7.5 is the win total. It's even money. It's minus 110 on both sides. Mario, I'm gonna go back to you here.
Mm-hmm.
Same division as the Bills. It's tough to get wins in that division against those guys.
Yeah, tough to get wins in this division. I went through their schedule. I had them finishing 8-9. I'm being optimistic with this team because this feels like a team that could easily soar over that 8-win mark that I gave them. That was just kind of me just being pretty conservative with the wins and losses, and especially if Tua's healthy. We've seen what this team can do in the regular season, so I'm leaning over here.
Yeah, I am extremely bullish on the Dolphins,
Eek, eek.
as I usually am.
Eek,
Eek,
eek.
eek, eek. Although Tyreek might be getting traded, and Waddle is not relevant to
Tyreek's
that
getting
conversation.
traded. When's Tyreek getting traded?
There are multiple teams that are monitoring his situation, and
They're monitoring.
although the
Wow.
Dolphins don't want to trade him, teams are inquiring heavily about him.
Let him go back to Mahomes.
But again, going back to it, that'd be crazy. Going back to it,
Go to the Bengals.
it's pretty tough to see, a lot of losses when you see a healthy, or imagine a healthy offense with the Dolphins here. And so I'm going over, way over.
Yeah, the
2 wins over.
keyword there was imagine, and that's what you're gonna have to do if you're betting over on the Dolphins here. You're gonna have to imagine that A-Chain stays healthy. You're gonna have to imagine that Tua can somehow play 7 consecutive games. You're gonna have to imagine that Tyreek Hill
Doesn't crash.
didn't go in.
I can imagine.
Didn't go in every game last year and then walk out because he was hurt the entire season. So you're gonna have to do a lot of imagining to put together a lot of wins here. This is an easy under. This team is terrible. No one on this team is healthy. I think they figured out McDaniel's system too.
Not a deep team.
I don't like this team at all.
Starting roster's fine.
I think there's a world they're the last
one injury there.
I think they're the worst team in this division. I think them and the Jets are going to be neck and neck all year at the bottom of this division. I'm way under.
Disagree with you with
way
that.
under on it.
Yeah,
I
I'm
agree
gonna.
with the Jets,
I don't know. I'm gonna go over. This team was a disaster last year in every part of the season, like every second, and they hit this over.
Yeah.
So I know it's a pick 'em pretty much. I like the over. I think, like I said, Tua is slated to be healthy. Obviously, that means nothing. He probably is only going to play 7 games. But they got it done last year when he played, I think, 11 games or whatever he did. So hopefully he stays healthy. This team's too talented. I like the over here.
All right, 3-1. So it's on the card, just not
There
a
you go.
consensus
Bang.
one on the over. Patriots 8.5 minus 105 on the over. I'll start here. Over. I am obsessed with this team. I think they had the best offseason of any team in the NFL. They added Stephon Diggs and Milton Williams for a $100 million a year contract at defensive tackle. I think those are huge. Then they got the best offensive tackle in the draft to go help
Campbell.
Drake May and Will Campbell. Then they got Travion Henderson and Kyle Williams with their next 2 picks in the draft. They're bringing back quite a bit on the defensive side. It's not a bad defensive team, really, if you look at it from last year. Their offense just wasn't super productive with a rookie quarterback, but they're the 30th strength of schedule. They have the 3rd easiest schedule in the entire NFL. And a quarterback going into his 2nd year. I just love everything about this team, and I think they have literally the table is set for them to go just grab a bunch of wins against bad teams this year. They're not going to win a playoff game, but I definitely think they make the playoffs. 10-win season for the Patriots, so I have over.
Yeah, I'm still just not on this team. I don't know if I'm just behind something, but them going from 4 to 9 wins is just a tough pill for me to swallow, no matter what they added or Drake May getting another year. And I think the division is still tough. Going from 4 to 9 wins is tough. I think I'm just going under only because of it's a lot of work to get to that high level of
I
playing.
think
well in
strength
the
of
NFL.
schedule probably has a lot to do with that line.
That's fair.
Yeah. To me, that's a baby aspirin. I can easily take that drug. I will happily take this line.
The over.
Similar. Yeah. The over. I'm similar to Tyler here, where I think their offseason additions of Stephon Diggs and Will Campbell, most notably, are unbelievably beneficial to the offense. And I think that, similar to reiterate what Tyler was saying, their defense held their own throughout the season. But
And they added Milton Williams, one of the best defensive tackles in football.
fantastic. But again, if you're on the field 70% of the game, you're going to get tired. And no matter how good you are, you're going to give up some points. If I think the offense is going to be a little bit more dynamic. Drake May has seen the kind of level of play in the NFL a little bit more. He has some experience. He knows what to expect. Very, very bullish. So over.
Mario?
Yeah, I'm probably somewhere in between you guys and Ryan. I am optimistic about this team, but there's no way I'm confident in taking it over here. I went through their schedule, and it's like I don't think they beat the Dolphins. I think they get swept by the Bills. I think they probably split one with the Jets. There's still a lot of teams, like they have to play the Cardinals and the Jags, where I think I probably look at Kyler Murray and Trevor Lawrence in those games as the better quarterbacks, and Drake May, who's still a young guy who still has to figure out how to win. Even though those teams aren't great, it's not like the Patriots are some great team either.
They should have a good defense.
So, they have a good defense, but, those are games where I think they could easily lose. So, I had like 7-8 losses easy. And then if you go through other games, there's a lot of potential losses. I think they'll be in a lot of games. I think they
agree.
definitely could hit this mark, but I don't think they soar over it. It would be like them getting 9 on the money. I like just being precautionary, taking the under here.
All right, so we're pushing on that as well. Rounding out the division with the Jets, lowest win total in the division, 5.5. It's minus 150 on the over, so I'm sure you could find books somewhere where it's 6.5 at like plus, 130, 140. Ryan, Justin Fields is quarterback now. It's your guy.
Oh yeah.
You riding with him here?
Oh, of course. I love this over. Nothing really to it. I think this Jets team is solid. They're not really good at all. I think Justin Fields can win games. He showed on the Steelers he can game manage with a team like this, where it was a lot of defense and an all right offense. So I think I like this over a lot. Like I said, I think this whole division got better. So I like him being able to come back and get 6 wins.
Yeah, my under here has nothing to do with Justin Fields or Sauce Gardner or anything about, the skill players on this team. It's just there are 2 teams that in perpetuity I will always bet the under on, and I think it'll hit at like a 90-95% rate, and it's the Bears and it's the Jets. Whatever can go wrong will go wrong with these teams regardless of who's in control. It happens almost all the time. You can look at how hyped the Jets were, for however many seasons in the past 20 years. There was at least 4 or 5 years where it's like, oh, this could be their year, and things just imploded, miraculously, whether it's Aaron Rodgers walking on the field and getting hurt on the first drive. Like, so whatever can go wrong will go wrong. Unders for the Jets. They're not getting 5 wins.
Yeah, I agree with Ryan in the sense that this team is not very good at all. And I agree with Tyler in that they're going to go under. Cause
I didn't remember saying that.
Yeah,
Oh, you
Ryan was
definitely-
big on the over.
You were saying how, like, Justin Fields,
He
you
could
like
game
Justin
manage a
Fields,
team.
but this team around him is not very good at all. I think the whole team is not very good at all.
He agrees
You
with you.
did, and I'm going to show the replay right now.
I did. They're not really good at all. I say
And
I don't think
this
he said
team's
that.
not very good at all.
He
No,
said
you
he could
did.
game manage like the Steelers.
Maybe, but
I mean, we have the clip. We'll see
Yeah.
the people know what
yeah,
happened.
we'll see.
Mario.
They can be
Jesus.
question reality.
Yeah,
now.
we-
No, like what even?
I heard what I heard.
He's telling you what you said.
I don't
Yeah,
want
he
truth.
knows what you said. He's the camera.
Yeah,
You have to
no,
understand.
yeah.
You forget you're talking to Mike sometimes.
I don't know. I don't think he exists. You think
I
he's
know.
all
I don't
right
even know
over my
what
head.
was your pick. Was it over or under?
Under.
Okay.
Mario.
Yeah, I think this might be the second worst team in the NFL.
Yeah.
I found 3 to 4 wins for them.
That's where I'm at.
Yeah, I love the under here.
All right, so under's going on the card. 3-1 pick on the under. This is a very balanced first division. 2 pushes, 3-1 over, and a 3-1 under.
That's
Yeah.
sharp.
So very, very balanced. No consensus picks yet. Let's move on to everyone's favorite division, Ryan and mine's favorite
Oh,
division.
yeah.
The AFC North.
Best division in football.
Best division in football by far.
Yeah.
Ryan, we're starting with the Baltimore Ravens. They got 11.5 as their number. It's at -110. So you can pick either side of that.
Just over. There's nothing to it. This team's
Yeah.
gonna be. You said the Bills are gonna be the 1 seed. I think it's gonna be the Ravens. If not, maybe a 2 seed. They're winning 13 games floor. I don't care. Like, it's just the Ravens. Like, they have the best roster. Maybe not for the playoffs, but for the regular season, they always get the job done. So, over.
One of the best franchises, I think.
Yeah.
in
Yeah, they
modern
definitely do.
NFL.
Mario, are you going over as well?
Yeah. Easy over.
Mike?
Yeah, I mean, similar to what you said about the Patriots, Ty, and I think that the Ravens had an extremely fruitful offseason. They tend to always do really well with their draft picks. Getting a guy like Malachi Starks in the first round is, unbelievable. Adds
Adding
to an
with Kyle Hamilton, Nate Wiggins.
Charles-
I was
Alexander.
literally just gonna say,
Alexander.
adding to an already
Oh, yeah.
elite, super elite defense. Kind of similar to, in my opinion, like what the Eagles do with their defense is they always just stack on top of it. So way over. I love the Ravens here.
Yeah, I'm sorry to break up the party here on this one.
There's no-
So no consensus.
There's no.
No, it's not gonna be a consensus here. It's kind of funny because I don't think this team's gonna be bad. I saw 11 wins. I went through their schedule, so I can tell there's it's not crazy. I think they get 13, but I don't know. I don't think the Ravens need to go crazy this year in the regular season. That's kind of my whole thesis on this team for fantasy, for everything, and I think the Bengals and the Steelers got solidly better than they were last year. I think the Bengals are going to play better defense and their offense is going to keep rolling. I think the Steelers got quite a bit better in the offseason as well. Browns are still terrible, but the Ravens have the 8th hardest strength of schedule in all of football, and I think the rest of the division took a step forward. So I just think, 11 wins, they're probably going to win the division, but I don't see them getting that 1 seed. And 11, I don't see 12-5 for this team, but it's possible. So it's definitely going to go on the card, though. Everyone else has the over, so we're going 3-1 on the over side. Mario, we're going the Bengals next. 9.5 wins, -120. This is one of your favorite teams because it's got your LSU guys on it.
Yeah, this is like the team that I am half rooting for because I know my actual team has a negative 1,000% chance to ever make the playoffs.
The Saints.
Yeah, the Saints. So this is like the team that I kind of throw some emotional investment in to hope that I can watch a team and semi root for them in the
Yeah.
playoffs. But not even to be biased here, I really do love this over. This really feels like reminiscent of actually one of our first videos we ever made on DJ Hours, where we did a over-under win totals, and it was the Lions. And it was when they just won, first year Dan Campbell, they won like 8 games, and it was like 9.5, and I was like, dude, they're going to soar over this. They lost 7-8 games that year by like 4 points or less.
Yeah.
Pretty similar spot with the Bengals. Also, historically, if you look at teams that score over 35 points in an NFL game, I think the stat was like they're 72-9 for win-loss. The Bengals last year went 3-5. So
Sharp.
I think this offense, nothing's going to change with this
That
offense.
defense was horrid.
That defense was horrible. Also, just some late calls that went against them. I think a lot of things can go differently for this team for them to easily hit 10 wins. So, yeah, over.
Yeah, this is a interesting one for me because when I was going through their schedule, I was like, oh, this is going to seem like it's soaring over. The first half of their schedule to me seems pretty cakewalky. I mean, granted, you get a couple games here and there, like, maybe the Broncos end up being really good with Bo Nix. They kind of start settling into their season. That's week 4. Lions, you never know with, obviously a change in the OC, but
Lions
they
are
could
tough.
be,
They're gonna score a billion
they could
on
definitely be a
That
difficult.
over, I already have money on.
I like that bet. But then you get into a point in the season where you see Ravens, Bills, Ravens, Dolphins, who, again, in my imaginary world, if they're healthy, their offense is legitimate
Imaginary.
and extremely, it's high.
They might be 17 now.
High scoring, similar to the Lions, where I'm betting the over right now. And then you listen to a panelist here next to me, and you think the Cardinals are going to be an unbelievable offense, just juggernaut of a team.
I mean, if we're counting Cardinals losses, I like where we're going.
Look, all I'm saying is, I started to struggle to see
What are you
the
saying?
blast off over. So I'm gonna go under, but barely under. I have like
9 wins.
9 wins.
Yeah.
8.5, 9
Cardinals
wins.
got-
Cardinals moves the needle. Cardinals and the
Yeah,
Dolphins.
they help.
Yeah, they help.
They help move it.
Yeah, this is over easy, I think. Defense tightens up a bit. Like Mario said, this team, statistically was an anomaly last year with the way their offense scored. Typically, you cannot. It's almost impossible to lose that many games. Their defense will tighten up a bit. I think Shamar Stewart helps a lot, actually. He's one of the rookies that will make more of an impact. If their pass rush just improves slightly, which it looks like it probably will.
Improve their pass rush.
Yeah.
They're the best pass rush.
The
best pass
Bengals?
rusher in the
They had
NFL.
best pass rusher,
They didn't have the best pass rush in
But
the
pass
NFL.
rusher, I mean,
but
that's-
not best defense.
They weren't even close for pass rush.
I'm
stats.
saying when you have the guy who's the most sacks in the league, it's pretty.
But he was the only one.
Pretty
I'm saying
solid.
But you
quarterbacks
think
have
of
the
like
most
a
time against the Bengals.
entire season. Yeah, 16 times he got to a quarterback, but you need like your defense. You know what I mean?
Their pass rush wasn't even close
That's
for
what I'm
NFL stats last year.
I think I'd be
like
more
for
worried about their
pressures and
secondary
everything. Like
than-
yeah,
but
they
okay.
didn't.
Well, I mean, the secondary gets cooked when the quarterback's standing there all day. And like,
Secondary gets cooked when
Also,
anything happens.
Like I'm saying, just imagine how many plays in an
I'm just
NFL
saying I think
season.
their pass rush improves with Shamar Stewart
Yeah,
because
I agree.
their pass rush was terrible last year.
it was.
But yeah, this is way over. The defense gets better and the offense stays the same. They re-sign the receivers. Over.
yeah, Trey Anderson isn't playing, right?
He's holding out.
he's gonna play.
I think it's just Jamar Chase 2.0.
Yeah, he's
All right,
gonna,
well, yeah, if he doesn't play, I don't see how it got better. Stewart's not better than Trey Anderson by any means, and then they're the same exact team. Literally, absolutely nothing changed on this defense. I'm slightly going over. I think this is the best line there is, only because I don't really feel like betting against Joe Burrow. Doesn't feel like fun. This defense is so bad. It's like we joke about like anomalies can't happen. This is one of the worst defenses I've ever seen in my life, and it's gonna be terrible. So, you're welcome for this being a terrible defense. Slightly over though.
all right, 3-1 on the over. Going to a team with bad everything. Cleveland Browns, 5.5, and the overs plus 125 there. My notes were LOL no
Yeah.
and under because this team is awful. I think they're in that grouping with you can typically group them with the Jets and the Bears where you just can bet their unders and be fine with it. So and I think the quarterback situation is a disaster. They're gonna have to they're gonna put Shador on the roster and not play him. That's gonna be the storyline. No one's gonna care that they're losing a bunch of games. Your first running back they drafted, domestic violence, probably not gonna play. Everyone else is still hurt. There's not many receivers. Like this team's just under. This might be one win.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
under. I don't really. Nothing to say.
Might be a win.
Under. Just under.
Maybe one.
I have a contingency with this team.
Okay.
It is 100% under.
Unless Shador.
Unless Shador Sanders, if he starts more than 10 games, they'll win 6 games.
Okay, but
Sharp.
for the
But
bet.
under.
But for the bet under.
First consensus pick. There we go. Bang, bang, bang.
Boing.
There we
I love
have
the
it.
consensus.
Cleveland Browns under. I am stoked that's a consensus pick.
Yeah.
And the next pick is the easiest bet
I don't know when.
in the history of sports.
It's actually hilarious.
It was not a
Yeah.
consensus
Every year
last
no,
year
every year.
because they always try to troll us, and Mike says this is the year. Mario's like, oh, maybe not. Mike Tomlin has gone 17 consecutive seasons over 500 in the regular season. The Pittsburgh Steelers win total line 8.5, and it's -110.
They're good at what they do.
They're not even making you
They're
pay
so
juice for it. Let's make it 18 straight. Best bet in sports. This will be my biggest bet of the season. Steelers win total.
Yeah, no, over. This is nothing to argue. I can't. There's no thing to argue.
Let's make it 18
Wait,
consecutive.
let me go
years.
before Mike.
All right, go ahead.
I went through this schedule. I'm not kidding. I tried to be like as unbiased as possible, and I literally got the record 9-8.
I mean, it's the record.
It's just what.
That's what
That's what's gonna
happens.
show up.
Like,
That's exactly what's gonna.
That's
be
the number.
record.
over
Yeah.
9-8.
All right, Mike. I'm ready for
Mike.
I'm ready for the under.
No,
I'm ready to get
I
mad.
mean, you look at this team, you understand how stout their defense is. You kind of,
Look away.
you just, and then you see who their quarterback is, and you go, oh my gosh, I get back to being so shaky.
Yeah.
And, is it a better
Give it to me, Mike.
situation than Russell Wilson? Really? I mean, the guy is made
The
of
most
glass.
hated player in all.
Look,
I want to hear it.
I love Aaron Rodgers, but he's
loves
old,
him.
and
He
this
loves
might be his last season.
Okay.
There isn't really a great track record of quarterbacks in their
don't
last
Just
season.
don't look.
Good point.
But
You
a
got a pick?
record's a record. You gotta go over.
There we go.
Jesus Christ.
Over consensus.
my
There we
God.
go.
I think you
Thought that
sweat
was
it
a
out.
heart
I knew Mike was
attack.
gonna.
No, he
That's
loves
fine.
making me
This
have
is
a
our
heart attack.
first
That's why I
season.
went before him.
This is our first year we've ever had the Steelers over on
That's
our
absurd.
consensus, which is crazy
Oh my
because
God.
Ryan and I hammer it so much every year. But one of you two geniuses always goes under, but not this year.
Yeah.
Two consensus in the
We're back.
AFC
We're
North,
so back.
and then the other two are 3-1 overs. So
Big-
we love
big division.
We love the lines in this AFC North division. All right, moving south, AFC South. Starting at the top, Houston Texans 9.5. Over that is +100. So pretty much a pick 'em there. Ryan, CJ Stroud is your guy. They always said, sophomore slump last season. They still got 10 wins and they won a playoff game.
Yeah.
So what do you think?
Sophomore slump. Stats wise, maybe wasn't as flashy. Wide receivers weren't there the whole season. This team gets completely healthy this year, in my opinion. No, they don't have Tank Dell. They filled that with 2 draft picks from Iowa State and Christian Kirk. So I love this team. Their defense is going to be unreal. Stingley just proved All-Pro last year. They still have Will Anderson. I just really like this team as a whole. I think this is a cakewalk division for them. None of these, if you told me they went, their floor is 4-2, and then their ceiling 6-0 to go in the division.
They still have Danielle Hunter, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So I'm just thinking this is just a cakewalk. I love this. And even at +1, I know it's +100, but lock, absolutely love this over.
Yeah, I like over here too. CJ Stroud is just a winner. It's what he does. He's done it everywhere he's gone. He's done it in Ohio State, and then he's done it in the regular season, I'm saying, for both. And he's won playoff games too with the Texans. And he went over last year this number, even in a sophomore slump season. I like their coaching. I think their defense is improving. They have a lot of really good young stars. And like Ryan said, I think their receivers get healthy. So, yeah, I think they go 11 wins. So, I like the over.
Yeah, I mean, I've been a big bandwagoner of this Texans offense, and kind of just, I think that the future is bright for them, especially in the season. So over, pretty easy over for me.
Yeah, I love this over.
There it is. Consensus again.
3 in a
We're
row.
on fire. We're
3
on
in a
fire
row.
right now.
Row.
Roe v. Wade.
Oh,
Mike's favorite. Indianapolis Colts. Another thing Mike loves. Mike, we're
No.
starting with you here. 7.5 is the number, +100. Anthony Richardson, we saw him not be aware of any sort of pressure and get absolutely crushed in preseason game 1. Daniel Jones might be the starting quarterback. They're going back and forth, and they still have one of your favorite running backs, Jonathan Taylor. Are you going over on this team?
yeah. I was thinking if I should say something that's pretty rude.
Go ahead and say it.
Yeah, say it.
We can bleep it out if we don't like it.
Well, I was just gonna say I hope that. Which
We'll bleep that out.
Yeah, no, makes
Yeah,
sense.
yeah.
We'll bleep that out.
You just want
that's why I was thinking about
innocent
it.
Yeah, no,
civilians
it's good.
to
It'll
get-
just be bleeped. They won't hear
No,
what you
Mike
said.
asked for everyone.
Gone.
That's bleeped out too.
Gone.
He's Thanos.
That's pretty
Bleep
bad.
all of it.
That's
Yeah.
pretty
We need a
bad.
cutaway scene.
I don't know. You can't. It
needs to be-
So you're going under.
Or yeah, under or.
Wait, they're
or.
going under or you're going under?
Ooh,
That's
everyone.
not funny.
Everyone
That's not
under.
exciting.
Mike loves
Everyone
going
on.
under.
Like he got look at how
see-
big his
he
smile. Like
sat up.
he
He
said,
perked up, yeah.
people
Yeah,
are
he
going
got
under.
real-
He goes, oh, fuck.
Yeah, I got really excited. Mario, Mike's under here.
Yeah, maybe 6 wins. Maybe. I think this is an easy under.
Yeah, I mean, I'm under too. I think this QB room's an absolute disaster. Riley Leonard's
damn
probably
it.
starting midseason.
God damn it. This team was so bad last year, and they actually hit this over. Like,
Yeah, they win.
and they got more. Like they upgraded in quarterback.
Don't put it on the card. Go over. Go over.
Yeah, I'm gonna go over. I just have to.
okay.
Unfortunately, no. I just
No,
really,
that's fine.
I really have.
I'm
the
fine
ball
with
feel.
the Colts not being consensus.
Yeah,
I'm
Yeah,
fine with
that's
that.
that's
fair.
fair.
I'm not
That's a
fine.
good spot.
All right, we're 3-1 on the under there for the Colts. Ryan saved us from getting
Yeah,
another
boo.
consensus.
Yeah,
although we were on a little
boo.
consensus train, so I don't know if we like that. To
Yeah,
stop.
maybe I screwed
Hey.
us.
Maybe we get back on it here with the Jaguars at 7.5 minus 115. I'll go first here. Best over in the division is
wow.
what all the smart people are saying. If you're smart, this is
what
what
they're
every
saying.
sharp has been saying ever since Liam Cohen came over from the Bucs. Look, they brought over everyone on that offensive staff. They beefed up the O-line. They not only have Brian Thomas entering his second year, but they drafted Travis Hunter second overall. They're going to run him offense, defense. I think Trevor takes a big step this year, and just to look at it and help everything else, 8th easiest schedule in all of football with the 24th strength of schedule. So I think 7.5 is a really good number. They could still be under 500 and hit this win total in a division that's really weak. The Texans are good, but they're not like a top 3 team in the AFC, and then the Colts and the Titans are the other two. So I think there's a world the Jags just win 4 division games just from the Titans and the Colts, and then you just need 4 games elsewhere with one of the easiest schedules, the 8th easiest in all of football. So I really like this over just from a schedule standpoint, and on top of that, I like Trevor Lawrence going in this new year, and I love the coaching and the offensive system. So I'm all over this. I think 8 or 9 wins is pretty reasonable for the Jags.
Yeah, this is tough. This is it. This is the year. Trevor Lawrence has to do it. Like,
It's the year.
There's no way out of this. I don't know many quarterbacks in their 5th year that, get leniency if they don't hit a 7.5 over-under win total preseason. I think they do hit this. I think the schedule is easy. I think Trevor Lawrence has been a number 1 player his whole life. He has the skill to do it. I don't know what's been going on. Maybe it was the early
Maybe that
coaching
hurt
that
twice.
screwed. Maybe it was hurt. It's part of football. I still don't see. I haven't seen him put it together. I think he has to this year with an offense that's
I agree.
should be very good. Defense is very middle of the pack. Nothing crazy to me.
Yeah.
We'll see what Liam Cohen does. I'm going over. I think it's a little too small, 7.5, and they do have an easy schedule.
Yeah, I'm kind of in a similar boat as Ryan yet again, and I think this is kind of a
You like
last
sharing a
straw.
boat with Rye.
Well, sort
Even when I
of.
didn't
Sometimes
even say
it
it.
depends.
Are you rowing with him, or are
Um,
you just letting him row?
Well,
Mike doesn't row.
Michael,
Mike's not
row
wrong.
your boat ashore. Hallelujah is a nursery rhyme that was sung to me as a child. So
And that's why you can't go near school zones.
no, but that's why I don't like boats. So,
Crazy.
anyways,
How'd you get here?
back to wow, that's see, that's funny. That was funny.
It was going to be by train, but it got derailed.
That was stupid.
Just had to
Anyways, so similarly to Ryan, and I think this is a last straw situation for Trevor Lawrence. Brian Thomas proved that he is clearly NFL
He's
caliber talent.
nice.
He made that known last year, and he's
He's
gonna make
NFL
it known
caliber.
He
again.
can play in the league.
He's gonna make
he
it
can
known
make a
again
roster.
this
wide
year.
receiver 3.
I think that this is probably the best receiver that young Lawrence has had in the past recent years. Christian Kirk just doesn't ring
Not
my
even
bell.
remotely close.
Like, yeah,
It's not the difference.
Mike says it's a little ring of the
One
bell.
observation.
well, yeah, he doesn't
completely
ring.
different category.
Well, you know who does ring my bell though is Evan Ingram back in the day. His
Hall of
heyday.
No longer on
Back
the
in the
Jags.
heyday, no longer on the Jags.
But what do you have?
So yeah, I'm gonna go with the over.
Perfect.
Last straw over. Over.
Final straw
over.
Last straw over.
Last
Last
straw.
straw over. Last straw. Everyone's
No more
saying it's the
straws.
last straw for Trevor.
Yep,
Yeah.
no more straws.
Everyone's saying it. We've looked into it. They're
more
saying
turtles,
it's,
dead
this is
turtles.
it.
Every smart person has
Every
been
smart
saying.
person.
They all say
It's
over.
what they're all saying.
They all say over.
And I went through their schedule. I had 8 and 9.
There we go.
There
And
you
this
go.
feels like an over.
Bang! We're back on the
Bang.
wagon.
Over
Boom, boom,
consensus on the
Boom.
Jaguars.
On the Prince.
Nothing makes me happier. The Prince, the chosen
Boom.
one, the king,
Boom.
the
boom,
sheriff. There's a lot of names
Boom.
for him.
Boom.
Last team in the division, Tennessee Titans, 5.5 wins. Mario, I'm starting with you. It's minus 135 on that over.
Yeah.
Hey, Mom.
I went through the schedule, and I came up with a record of 6 and 11. But that's obviously half a win over, but it just feels like an under. Just I'm banking a lot on Cam Ward and this team and this defense of whatever players they have getting wins done.
I like that.
I like just taking the under here, and I'm just a lot more confident, and they probably mess up a lot more than figure out a way to get
That's
it done.
fair.
So I think they'll be in games. They'll be a fun team, like a Cardinals-Titans game on Sunday is what I'm waking up for at 10.
Because you love the Cardinals, like Mike's been saying.
Yeah, I said they're the best offense in the league.
Yes.
Well, one of them for sure. You did say that.
One of them for sure. I did say
sure.
that.
So you're going under.
Under.
Mike?
Yeah, I mean, this team just screams under to me. They haven't been good since 2008, and
That's a wild statement.
Just keep going.
What
Just
am I
keep
even
going. Just
saying?
let him go. Just let him go.
I'm just pulling years out, seeing
pulling
what
years
sticks.
They hosted playoff games, number 1 seed.
2014.
Nope.
Like
Like Ryan Tannehill.
Keep going.
Under.
6 years ago.
I mean,
Under.
2020.
Just under.
5 years ago.
Under. Yeah, he's under. I'm over. I'm over here for sure. I think strength of schedule plays a big part in these win totals. It's not all about how good the team is. There's a reason the Patriots number is 8.5, and a team that might be better than them on paper could be like a 7.5 or 6.5. The Titans is minus 135 on this over. I think they hit 7 wins. They have the 29th ranked strength of schedule, so 4th easiest in all of football. And I really like Cam Ward. I'm gonna stay on this train. I loved Jaden Daniels last year. I drafted him, and he way overperformed. Won a lot of close games.
4.5 win total.
Yeah, 4.5. But he won all the games that were like 1-score games.
Yeah.
And I think there's a world Cam Ward can pull out like 3 or 4 games that maybe he shouldn't have, and he's gonna feed the hell out of Calvin Ridley, who I really like at wide receiver. So I'm going over. I think they go over. I'm not gonna say how many games I think they get, but I think there's a world where they win a lot over this, just because he's spectacular.
Yeah, in this division, Texans, I picked the over. The Colts, I picked the over. The Jags, I picked the over. So, I mean, I just have to.
Yeah.
Titans over. They'll
There
get
it
it
is.
done. The only time they haven't got it done is with Will Levis, and you know what.
So
Just throwing that out
That's a
there.
push, right? Under,
Yeah, push
under,
or push.
over.
Yeah.
All right, there we go. Moving on to the last division in the AFC, the AFC West, starting with the Denver Broncos. We're going alphabetical here, so it's not starting with the Chiefs.
Sure.
Mike, I want to start with you. You're a Bo Nix guy.
Yep, big Bo Nix guy.
You've loved
Oh,
Bo
yeah.
Nix for a while.
Go Bo
9.5 is their number, plus 100.
Yeah, their number is 9.5, and bigger than Bo Nix. I'm a Jade Barron guy, and
The
That's what moves.
the Philip winner.
It's gonna move the needle.
I mean,
That's
the
it.
needle was already at 10 wins, and he moved it to 10.5, baby.
Nope,
so
it's
we're
9.5.
going over.
No.
Well, no.
He moved it
But-
down.
In his brain.
No, my
Oh.
conclusion was
I was just
10
saying
wins.
when they saw Jody was on the team, they said 10 wins, 9.5 is the number.
That is
We're
what
going
they
down.
did. Yeah, that is what they did.
I think you're dyslexic. Over clearly because he doesn't understand what I'm saying.
Okay. Under, clearly, because they have the Thorpe winner. And if there's one thing I know about Jade Barron, it's they don't win games when it counts.
Yeah.
And so it's similar to the Dolphins with
We
me,
beat
where
you.
they got Quinn Ewers on the team, which is just going to bring down the vibes because he's going to have to play.
When yours on the Dolphins.
That's what I just said. Similar to the Dolphins, where they got Quinn Ewers on the team, and he's going to have to play.
I think you might be dyslexic.
Yeah. No, this is under for sure. I think a lot of people are going to get trapped with the Broncos from what they saw last year. Their defense is fantastic. Don't get me wrong. They have a lot of all-pro guys. But the Broncos way over projected this year, and we haven't gone through the rest of this division, but I think a lot of these teams are going to be better than they were last year. So I'm going under.
Patrick
Yeah, I
King's also
mean,
there.
I agree with the Jade Barron take that. He doesn't win big games, but these are all regular season games. So he'll get blown out in the playoffs just like they did last year. Of
course.
That's why I'm going over. I think Bo Nix
And
is
Patrick
really,
Surtain
really
is
good.
still
Well,
there.
yeah, their defense, I have absolutely no worry about. They're going to be top 5 for everything. I don't really care. The offense is weird. Bo Nix, like, he was good. He was better than what we thought last year, and that's why people thought he was like this amazing quarterback, but he really wasn't anything that special. The weapons aren't great. I like they got RJ Harvey. Hopefully Sutton steps up this year.
Harvey.
So I'm picking over just because I think the defense is so good and the offense will get it done. And they have a great coach. Good coaching normally wins games.
All right, Mario, is this pick going on the card?
10-7 is the record I came up with, and I think
You're
Sean
sniping.
Payton's a good coach.
You're sniping picks. You're like right
So-
on there.
So we're 3-1 on the over.
3-1
He
on
has
the
always
over.
been a big Broncos guy since Sean Payton arrived.
No, I had their under last year.
Yeah, but you're a big Sean Payton
Yeah, I lost
guy.
that bet too. Next team who I always lose bets on, the Kansas City Chiefs.
Oh, that's the easiest.
11.5 on the total.
I know.
Ryan,
What
this
are we
is your
doing
team.
there?
These are your guys. You've been a Chiefs fan for a while.
Mahomes fan. But yes,
Mahomes fan for a while.
Mahomes fan for a while. This team is 11.5 wins. I think is the sickest thing I've ever seen. Whatever you want to believe in narrative, ref wise, or if you think Mahomes is great or Reed's great or defense is great, or it doesn't matter.
It's getting done.
It's just getting done 100% of the time, especially in Mahomes. I don't know if Mahomes has gone under 11.5 wins. He played a full season. I actually don't think it's ever been possible. So this over is a lock in my opinion. No sweat.
Yeah, he has done it. They've done it once in the last 5 seasons. They had 11 wins 2 years ago, and they're gonna do it again. So there's a reason the under is minus money on the Chiefs line at 11.5. They've only done it once in the last 5 years, and it's minus 130 on the under. So I'm thinking everyone in the world is going to look at this line getting plus 100 on the Chiefs. And you know what? I'm always wrong on the Chiefs. So it's probably going to go over,
for the field.
and everyone in the world and the public's going to win money. That's what happened last year. But just looking at this preseason, it's minus pretty sizably on the under 11.5. They've only done once. A lot of their O-line is gone or old. Lost the All-Pro center. Kelsey is barely walking. He's doing a podcast with Taylor Swift now. And I think they actually toned back on the refs. And that's a bold claim, but it became such a story last year. And I think them getting blown out in the Super Bowl kind of quieted the storm on it because there's nothing to complain about because the Eagles won. But that was the story every week leading into the Super Bowl. I don't think they let that happen again. So I'm going under. Chiefs can win 10 games, make the playoffs. They'll be fine.
Yeah, I mean, specifically highlighting that one aspect conversationally, I think they double down on it, go way harder. I think the refs,
I think all the refs.
I think the refs
are
way harder.
Oh,
way
yeah.
easy.
I mean, they're making up new, penalties this year.
You're
gonna
salivating.
You're seeing things just pulled out from the sky.
I like that take.
Yeah, so there's no way that the NFL's darling will ever go under their win total. So this is probably gonna just.
That's fair. I'm such a fish.
Yeah.
You're just so right.
Swim.
You're so right.
Swim away, boy.
Mario.
Swim away, boy.
Yeah, I went through this schedule, and the only losses I had for them were the Bills, Ravens, and Bengals. And then I was like, okay, I'm probably delusional. So I gave them splitting with the Chargers, 13-4. Way over.
Way
Nuke
over.
it.
All right,
Just
3-1
nuke
on the over on the Chiefs. 2 teams left in the AFC. The Raiders. Las Vegas Raiders, 6.5, minus 150 on the over. So that's one that you can probably bet like plus 120 and plus 110 on the 7.5 win line. Ryan, this Raiders team got new everything.
Yeah, let me help you out here. Geno Smith is a winner. He just wins games. Might not be 13 games, but he wins and somehow makes the playoffs. Somehow barely misses the playoffs. I like this easy over. It's too small of a win total. I don't really care. Geno Smith is going to get you 8 or 9 wins. It's just going to happen, in my opinion. So bang.
I agree, and I like the fact that it's minus 150 on the 6.5. I'm actually more than happy to pay the minus 150 instead of like a plus 110 on 7.5. I think they win 7 games like in almost all scenarios here. I'm obsessed with the young talent they have on this offense, and you're totally right. Geno Smith changes everything here, and the coaching improvement. I mean, everything about this team just got so much better. So I'm over.
Yeah, I mean, not really much to add. I love this new offense this year. Even pieces like Jack Beck, I think are going to be electric, and names I'll light up on fantasy boards everywhere on waiver wires, like week 3. So over, just number 2 low.
Mario, are we making this consensus?
I think this Raiders team, is going to surprise a lot of people with how bad they underperformed.
Oh, wow,
Yeah.
that's sharp.
I'm not even
cooked there.
Yeah, no, it's I went through their schedule and I was like generous a little bit in a couple spots. I got 6-11. I think this team's bad, dude. I think this team's bad. I think people are going to be surprised and shocked. They have a couple good skill positions, but yeah, they're not good.
Wow, no consensus
Under.
there. We've been 3-1 on everyone in this division on the over.
That's sharp.
Interesting to note. Last team, Mario, I'm going back to you to close out the AFC. Los Angeles Chargers, 9.5 win total. It's minus 105, so pretty much even on both sides.
Yeah, I got 9 and 8 when I went through their schedule. But this is like a coin flip. I think Herbert's a really good quarterback. Jim Harbaugh is just a good coach. I think they're not a sexy offense, they're not going to be all flashy with the highlights, but they're just going to grind you down, kind of like how Michigan was in college football when they had Harbaugh. And they'll just find ways to win. So I like just taking the over here.
Even with a 9-8.
Even with 9-8, I think they could get a win.
All right.
So just give them 10 wins, and yeah, that's an over.
Mike?
Yeah, I, similarly have a prediction that is less than their total. I just find that their ceiling is a little bit too low for me. Finding 10 wins is a little bit too high to their maximum potential, in my opinion, and so I'm going to go under.
I like that logic. I'm kind of similar there. I think 9 wins is a sweet spot for this team. I don't know who on this offense is going to produce besides Ladd. I mean, I like Omarion Hampton. There's a couple receivers that are just okay. Quentin Johnson's just a mess. And Justin Herbert, I mean, they do get, like, they'll get to the playoffs, every once in a while and just get blown out in a playoff game or something. And then I just don't think this is the year. And I also think, this division, I mean, I'm under Chiefs and Broncos, but those are large win totals. If you told me the Chargers went 1-5 in their division, I really wouldn't be surprised. Like, I wouldn't be shocked.
I'd be shocked.
I wouldn't be. Like, that'd be like worst case scenario, but I think they win like 1, 2, like max 3 games. I don't think they're positive in this division this next year, so I'm going under for sure.
Yeah, I mean, the way I look at it is I think the Chargers are making the playoffs pretty much like 80% of the time. This team's just built for the playoffs. Good team, good coach, good quarterback. So the only way I lose that is if they win 9 wins and barely miss, and I'll just take the fact that I don't think that'll happen. So I'm going over.
All right, we pushed on that. There we go for the AFC. So we had 4 consensus picks.
That's a lot.
We had the Browns under, Steelers over, Texans over, Jags over.
It's 25% consensus right
there. You go. So we got 4 picks in the AFC. Let's go ahead and jump on over to the NFC and keep it rolling.
Best
NFC
conference.
North,
Conference.
Starting up top. Chicago Bears, 8.5 wins, plus 115 on that over, though. Ryan, Caleb Williams is a guy you've liked for a while.
That's my dog.
This is a big number.
That's my dog. Let me tell you something right now. Everything says you shouldn't pick this over. The line, their strength of schedule, their division. But I don't care. I think Caleb Williams this year, they finally attacked their problem, which was offensive line. They didn't just do nothing with it. And I think Caleb Williams has every weapon. He's unbelievably talented, in my opinion. I know some people don't think so, especially on the pod. I think this is the year they get the over. I think I'm not messing around because of how much Ben Johnson was to the Lions. I think Bears actually compete for the 1 seed in the division, to be the number 1 team in this division.
Wow.
So I think the division gets real tight, and I love the Bears over.
Yeah, I think regardless of how you feel about the talent, this feels like in college football, to put a comparison on it, like what Oklahoma or Florida's schedule is. I don't know if you looked at their games.
It's very hard.
They have the second hardest strength of schedule in the entire NFL, with a team that went 5-12 last year. Bringing back their same quarterback. He's going into year 2, but they got a whole new system. I don't know. I don't put much stock in preseason stuff, but we've all seen the clips of Caleb, in practice and preseason, kind of freaking out, not knowing the offense, stuff like that. So I don't care how good you think this is. There's a reason the under's juiced here. I don't see this team getting over, definitely not over 7 wins. So I'm way under on this. I think the schedule just plays a lot into it as well. They have a really, really, really hard schedule, especially out of division.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there is a clear and obvious reason as to why the over here is plus 115. And I am clearly on the side of the Vegas logic. This is by far my biggest bet of all of the totals.
I actually love that.
No, for sure. I'm not
Yeah.
even kidding. This under is such an easy under for me. I think they, almost maximum potential of 6 wins.
I'm not too far off there.
I think that there were so many problems with this offense, and yes, they did make offseason moves to fix some of them, but it's similar to, if a dam is, cracking and you throw a piece of scotch tape on it. It's just not going to do enough.
Damn, still cracking.
The dam is still cracking.
Dam's still cracking.
You need a whole 2, 3,
Reconstruction.
4, 5
Get
years
some
of
beavers up
just,
there.
get
Draft from
everyone.
Oregon State.
You need to get everyone out. Whole entire front office gone, GM, president of football gone. Sell the team even if you will.
Get a new
That's
coach.
kind of true.
Get everything new.
They should have been sold years
Exactly
ago.
what they did.
It's the worst
I
ownership.
understand
They should
Ben
have
Johnson.
been. The owner should have sold years ago.
I agree with that. But Ben Johnson is a very talented offensive coordinator. He showed that with the Lions, and I think he has a great reputation that, has a reason for carrying into this organization. There's a reason why it leads into 8.5 wins as the projected total is because of Ben Johnson. And, again, high reputation. I admire what he's done, but it's just not enough. Like, you see these things on social media, similar to what Tyler was referencing, where it's like Caleb Williams is missing things in practice and off the field.
Picking. It's absurd.
It's not cherry picking though,
dude.
because an NFL
I've never
starter
seen you talk about him making.
No,
an
you don't
unbelievable
turn
throw,
around.
no.
You start crying because you're missing
He didn't.
a throw.
He yelled at himself and got mad like a normal.
Yeah, I
He
mean,
did throw. That's not what starting quarterbacks do.
The guy.
What are we talking
the
about?
guy
What
doesn't.
other quarterback in the league does that?
He got
The
mad.
guy
and slammed his
doesn't.
helmet.
But
He
what
doesn't have
name
the
one other quarterback
decorum
that's done
of a
that.
Like,
starter,
what's the
of a
problem?
leader.
I've seen Mahomes scream and slap.
You've
his
never
head.
seen
Not,
Mahomes do that.
not in that
No,
sense.
you've never
not
seen
in that
Mahomes
way.
do that.
There's no way. That is.
No way.
I will
There's
show
a
you guys
reason
videos
why
of him knocking
I'd
a
love to see-
flagpole
The
and him
reason
throwing his
why
helmet,
that's
and then the
different.
whole after the game screaming at everything.
That's
Or-
not throwing a temper tantrum in practice. You're saying
This is an
Mahomes
off-season
complaining about a
drill
flag. I do
with
believe that.
no
I believe that.
defenders. And this is just not the decorum of a guy who you want to be leading your offense,
I just
leading
don't
your
understand
team.
that.
There's no way that they flip so drastically as to get 9 wins, a more than 50% record. Under by a mile.
Under
by a mile.
Biggest bet.
Not even close. Under by a mile.
Can't wait.
Mario, are you over?
So I went through this schedule, and being completely serious here, I found like 4 to 5 wins for this team. It is a tough schedule. I didn't realize it was that hard.
Second
of a
hardest
schedule.
in all that
I
NFL.
just went through every
It's
team, and
cooked.
I just was like going through, like, had no preconceived notion of what schedule they had or their ranking. I wrote down scary for Caleb Williams because, I mean, this actually, like, everyone's joking around about like him yelling in practice. I don't really pay too much attention to that, but there was an interesting interview Joel Klatt did recently with Tom Brady where they talked about a lot of the young quarterbacks coming into the league and how his idea of like the development, and he's like, a lot of these guys are super physically developed, because they're getting the best training from an early age. But he's like, you see a lot of these guys mentally are very underdeveloped. They never study tactics for 4 years. Emotionally, a lot of these guys also aren't prepared. And I wrote down scary because I really think, they have a tough schedule. They don't have a great team. Caleb's thrown into the most pressure situation, and I think it's going to be really tough. And if he doesn't know how to handle like just having a bad season this year,
Starting 1-3.
Very
you
mentally
know what I mean?
taxing.
I mean, they
Very
literally could go
mentally taxing.
like 1-6, 2-7,
Yes.
and like, dude, you just have to hold it together
But he
and like
did.
just
he
bounce
went on
back.
an 8-game losing streak last year. Like he went through the.
No, but I'm saying like when it happens again, when all the expectations on you, like I don't know, I feel like he's in a really tough spot, and it's kind of unfair for him. But like that mentally, like I mean, you've seen like in other sports too, like people
We
lose
saw it with him at SC.
SC. I
was
mean, you see
crying.
it like, but you see it even with like people melt down, like Spieth at like a Masters, never the same player. Like I actually am concerned that like if this goes really bad, it could like affect his career going forward, and which sucks because he's super talented. I hope I'm wrong on this. I hope they just like win 8 games, 9 games, everyone's fine. But I actually think they win like 4 games.
Permanent mental
So
barrier.
we're
That's an
3-1 on the under. Yeah, Mario said this could be a Spieth season for
Yeah.
Caleb Williams. That's
I respect that take. I respect
when
that
they win
take
10
highly.
wins, I'm gonna
highly
break this
respect that
pod.
take. Wow.
That would be-
Mike
that
Mike
would
can
be
never
hilarious.
talk. Mike can't talk for 48 hours if they win. 10
I mean,
wins.
the Bears winning 10 games is
That'd be
like
crazy.
finding a leprechaun.
I mean,
I won't be talking because I'll have lost so
It's
much
the
money.
Chicago Bears.
and
It's like
If the Bears win 11 games, you and Mike need to go to a game. A Caleb Williams
that would be
playoff
so
game.
funny.
You have to go.
That would
Mike
be
has
so
to
funny.
sit out a Caleb Williams playoff game.
Yeah.
and wear a Caleb Williams jersey.
If they
If the
they
Bears get 11
If they
wins,
make
if
they
they
make the
get
playoffs.
11
11
wins,
wins.
I
No, if
will
they make
buy
the
us.
playoffs.
I will
No,
buy us.
11
both-
wins is
no,
fair.
11
You
wins.
can make the playoffs with 9 wins.
Yeah, I
It's
want
gotta be
11
10 wins
wins.
to
Still
make the
the
playoffs.
over.
10 wins. Make
Yeah, but like half
wait.
game on the over is like that's not like
No, I
that's
want-
not
I
going
want-
to a game
yeah.
on like a prop.
He's-
That's slightly-
say 10 wins and make the playoffs. If the Bears
Statement
get 10
11
wins.
win season.
I like 11.
I buy us minimum value, $1,000 each.
What?
Take each
Oh,
seat
that's-
ticket to a
that's-
playoff game.
Oh gosh.
Minimum
I mean,
value.
you're free on that, but
I mean,
still,
yeah,
that's
no,
that's a big risk.
Holy
Yeah.
I
Just
can't
bet-
wait.
You just gotta
I can't
hedge
wait.
small. You can like when they're 0-4, you can bet like $20 to win like $2,000.
Yeah.
On
Oh
like
my
them
God.
winning
I mean,
11
yeah,
games.
$20 to win
All right,
20,000.
next team,
Holy.
Detroit Lions, 10.5 wins, plus 110. I'll go on this. It's the over. It's the regular season. It's the Lions. They're the regular season kings of this NFC. We know in the playoffs they've had their struggles. I mean, they were close last year, but I'm going over with this Lions team. I think their offense is still too electric, regardless of who the coordinator is. They're running the same system. It's the guy from within. Got promoted to the OC, and Dan Campbell's still there. So I love the weapons they have. One of the most electric running back wide receiver duos in the entire NFL, and Jameer Gibbs and Amon-Ra. So I'm all over here.
This team's cracked this year. This is gonna be too much pressure on the Lions. This is it. Like what are you gonna do?
Good or cracked
They're
bad?
cracked bad. This is where they crack.
Sometimes
open.
cracked
So-
means good.
No, this is it. This is where they
He's
crack. Without Ben Johnson, I mean, this offense can run the same schemes and just get caught in week 6 and just have to flip in midseason, or they could start new. I think would be smarter, but do whatever they choose. Winning all these games every year and then doing nothing in the playoffs and just being absolutely mediocre gets boring to fan bases and gets boring to the team. So I love this under. I think it's plus money for a reason, and
That's a crazy line. I mean, they were
I love
15-2 last year, and their line is 10.5.
yeah,
plus.
I think Ben
It's
Johnson was so much
huge-
of that team. It was unreal. And you saw the games that they were like battling in, like even their playoff game, it was their defense that was terrible.
Yeah.
And they got smacked. So Aiden Hutchinson, I don't know what he's doing. I don't know.
They don't
I
have a
love this
defensive
under.
coordinator either, Aaron Glenn.
No, they're cooked.
Which might help.
Yeah, they're cooked. They're just cooked. Under.
All right, we're split here. Mike?
Yeah, so actually kind of a similar logic with the Bears in that, Ben Johnson clearly has moved this line similar to what Tyler was noting. They had 15 wins last year, bringing that win total down to 10.5. Because of the loss of a coach is kind of crazy, but again, similar situation, but exactly the opposite. I think the Lions have foundationally the pieces to make a good team. They have Jameer Gibbs, a top talent in running back. They have Jared Goff, a guy who I think is extremely talented, a true vet in the league now. Still, he has a couple more years. He can still make a playoff push, really do some damage and lead an offense. And then, their defense is not great, but I'm going to go over. I just think I like the foundation of what they have in Detroit. So, over.
All right, 2-1 on the over. Mario?
Yeah, I share a pretty similar sentiment with Ryan on this. If I'm wrong, if they win 11 games, I'm not shocked by any means. But, yeah, I just think all these years, having a good team, being the number 1 seed, and you have nothing to show for it, honestly. It's a little bit underwhelming. And I don't know, it just feels like they've had this window where they could really make a run for a Super Bowl. This might be the last year. So if they go over, I don't care. I'm not going to lay a ton of money on this under, but I just kind of under feels like a spot.
All right, Green Bay Packers now. Mario, we're staying with you here.
The Pac-Man.
9.5 is the win total. Basically a pick 'em on both sides, minus 115. What are you thinking about this team? Jordan Love entering a pretty, pivotal career year after last year, potentially having the chance to make a late run in the playoffs.
Yeah. This feels like this is the Packers' year in this division. I went through the schedule. I had 11-6. I think they could be better than what I'm giving them credit for. So I know they lost, a couple pieces, but I just like this coach. I like this team. I think Love steps it up. He actually has some weapons. So, yeah, over.
All right, so follow me here. This is some logic.
Stay with them now. Stay with them now.
So we're in Green Bay.
We're in.
We
Lock
we call these fans the cheeseheads.
Yeah.
What goes well with cheese?
Wine.
Cheese. Well, yes, but also on
Crackers.
this. Oh, okay.
Yeah, cheese and crackers.
Okay.
And
Cheese and crackers, and also beer. And what goes even better with beer
I think wine.
than
more.
a burger?
How often-
And then what goes
Why'd you
better
say
with a
cheeseburger?
burger? And then what goes better with a burger than cheese to make a cheeseburger?
Oh, there it is.
Yep. See, and then what
You start with
is
beer.
the best color of the best cheese for a cheeseburger, which is American cheese, is golden. Matthew Golden, addition to the offense, key addition, over.
Wow. That was good.
Thank you.
That was good.
Thank you.
That was good stuff. I like
Thank
the
you.
beer all the way. You should have just gone cheeseburger.
Yeah,
But
no.
You took the extra
Yeah.
steps there. You're getting
Gotta
your
go the
cardio.
extra mile for
yeah.
the viewers.
I think this is a bold prediction, but I bet
Be
you this
bold.
is a top 3 most bet public over. I don't know why. I think just the Packers. I mean, they had 11 wins last year. Apparently, just added pieces to this team. I still got Josh Jacobs, still got Jordan Love a year better. Same coaches, added a first-round receiver, got better on the defense, and their win total is a game and a half under. I'm just gonna take the under. This is where I try to be too sharp on some things. I try to see the lines. I stop trying to like think with my head. My head tells me way over. Like if I'm looking at this team, I'm like, oh, there's 11 wins last year. They could have gone to the Super Bowl. It's probably gonna win double-digit games. I'm going under 8-win season for the Packers. Man in the suit over here.
Yeah, this is an easy over.
Yeah.
The only hurt they have this year was an offensive weapon they had to add from the draft. But I like this over a lot. I think Jordan Love hooks it up for real. He had a little MVP season.
Wow. Yeah, okay, I'm the only one on that. It's 3-1 on
Yeah.
the over, but I'm trying to be too sharp here. I'll go first on this one. Minnesota Vikings finish out the division. This might be the biggest bet I have all season. I'm dead serious. Besides Steelers is you can take the Steelers bet and put all sports combined into that bet and say that Steelers win total over just going above 500 for Mike Tomlin. That's in its own category of size.
Yeah.
But when we're talking real size, this is my biggest bet of the year. The Vikings 9.5 plus 110 on the over, minus 130 on the under is the easiest under of all time in the history of sports. They won how many games last year? 14 games? Yeah, they were 14-3 last season. Flip that. 3-14,
Wow.
last place in the division
That's rude.
for the Minnesota Vikings.
That is rude.
J.J. McCarthy is the worst starting quarterback in the NFL. I went through every team starting quarterback, and I would 100%, including the Colts, take him as the last place quarterback in the entire league. I hate this team. I hate everything about them. They don't win any games. So, yeah, under is far under.
17.
I'm 6.5 games under this line, which I've never been that much before on any line in any
This has to
direction.
be your biggest bet of all time.
It is. Besides Steelers. Steelers is in its own pocket. But, yeah, I'm way under.
Damn, that's tough. I'll go under just because there's too many questions about J.J. McCarthy, but Kevin O'Connell knows how to
No,
win
he wins
games.
regular
He's
season games.
really good
Yeah.
at winning games, and I don't know, he just puts it together. And this team always hangs around with good teams. I don't know how or why or what they're doing. In my opinion, the best wide receiver in the world. I think it'll be a sweat. I'm not huge bullish on the under, but I can't really bet over on a team that their quarterback's a question mark. So under.
I mean, wow. This one is tough. I was pretty similar with Ty, where I was like, oh yeah, JJ McCarthy, they got nobody throwing the ball, nobody taking command of the offense. And then I heard some propaganda. I saw some propaganda videos of him throwing some great routes in off-season practice. And I mean,
You're an off-season guy.
I mean,
He's a big
man,
practice footage
his
guy.
ability to throw on the run, find open receivers, read defenses, was really it was alerting me. I'm pretty close, but I'm gonna go with 8 wins. I'm gonna go with half a game under.
That's 1.5 games under.
Sharp.
It's pretty solidly under. You're large under here.
Huge under for Mike.
Sure,
Big under.
Big under.
sure.
Mario, you as big as Mike when it comes
Seventh
to
hardest schedule.
I don't know.
8 wins, is, pretty
I don't know if I am.
8 wins, pretty good.
8 wins pretty good.
pretty
This
good.
was a principal under just because
There it is.
JJ McCarthy, he's not winning 10 games his first year as a starter.
Woo! Under,
Oh yeah,
that's
maybe,
enough.
maybe,
We have a
maybe,
consensus.
maybe,
There it is. Consensus. Yeah, first one we've had in a couple divisions, so it's nice to get back on the consensus. train.
Hey-o!
And I'm obsessed that this is one of the unders.
Boom!
I'm all over this. Mario, this is your division, the
Yeah.
NFC South, the division of champions,
Yeah.
as they do call it.
Yeah.
We're going alphabetical order as always. Atlanta Falcons. We're just gonna kick it off. 7.5 wins here.
Yeah.
Second highest total in the division. So minus 145 on the over. What are you going here?
I think this is an over. I like this over a lot. This feels, for some reason, I don't know. This feels like they just could come out of nowhere and win 11, 12 games. But I'm gonna be realistic here. I'm gonna say they win 9, 9-8. Feels like an Atlanta
Sharp.
Falcon season. So they'll be right there with the Bucks.
Gotcha.
Yep.
Yeah, this is hard for me to not go over. I kind of love everything about this offense. I also think their division is pretty bleak in lesser than vocabulary. So yeah, I'm gonna go over.
Yeah, I mean they hit this over last year. They were 8-9 last year. Michael Penix, he looks good. I think he's gonna help this team a lot. I could see a world where they're the best offense in this division. I mean, the Bucks have had a great offense for a while. And we talk so much about how the Lions dropped off so heavily without their offensive coordinator. I mean, Liam Cohen leaving the Bucks is literally the equivalent of Ben Johnson leaving, the
Lions.
Lions. And so I think the Falcons just added pieces. They continue to do that. Everyone's healthy now. This defense should get shored up a bit. Their secondary is very, very good. And they hit this over last year. There's a reason it's minus 145. So yeah, I'm a couple games over this.
Yeah, I hate this division, betting overs in these divisions, and that Falcons are just the Patriots for me this year. I just need them to prove me wrong. I'm not sold on this team whatsoever. They got lucky to start the year very well. I don't know if you guys remember that.
They did.
They got very lucky with Kirk Cousins starting the year. It was absurd. Michael Penix could be good. Still have to see some stuff, but I'm going under. Not a fan of 8 wins.
3-1 on the over. Ryan, we'll stay with you. Panthers 6.5 minus 125.
Yeah, I'm going over. Just Bryce Young. I like Bryce Young. I'm not huge on him. I think the offense got better for him. He showed a lot of step up, especially end of the year last year. The division is terrible. Defense is pretty good, so I like this team. I go 7 wins is not that. You can go 7-9. Like, I like the team. So
yeah, this is the team that not the public, but like announcers and ESPN is making their darling this year.
Yeah, they love
everyone
them.
is
Love
all over the Panthers. They're featured. They have like, the
'cause
off-season
Ted.
episodes. Well, not only just Ted, they like Bryce Young. He's a really likable guy. Kay Adams is
not
at every
likable.
single practice for them, like reporting.
She's likable.
the young coach. Yeah, she's great.
She's
Absurd.
very likable.
No, I think this is a team that everyone's ready to hype up, and you could see a lot of people get behind if they start stringing together wins. I think they're still 1 year away, though. Really, really, really young receivers. Like, all the receivers that start. I know you have Thielen, who's, like, pretty old, but, I mean, everyone else, Xavier Legette's in his second year. Ted's going into his first year. LeJohntay Webster might be, like, wide receiver 3 or 4 on that team. He's also a rookie. Bryce Young, you starting to put it together. Not as big on him as I am some of the other quarterbacks like Penix. So, yeah.
wasn't Webster on the Ravens?
Oh, not Webster. Sorry, Jimmy Horn.
Oh, Horn.
Jimmy
yeah,
Horn,
yeah,
the
yeah.
other Colorado receiver drafted. Yeah, I'm pretty far under here. I think the Panthers probably stay where they're at from last year with 5 wins, or maybe even lose
Can't be getting some
another
juice
one.
there.
So, yeah, I got like 4 or 5 wins for the Panthers.
Yeah, I actually feel kind of bad because I'm, not necessarily the biggest fan, but I'm definitely not an anti-fan of Tet. I want him to be productive and successful, but there is absolutely no way that I see that happening on this Panthers team. I don't think that Bryce Young is talented at all. I think he's shown pretty, consecutively over and over again that he sucks. I think he's not NFL caliber at all. I think that they need to abandon ship and get a new quarterback, hit the European transfer portal or whatever
The
you
European
have to
transfer
do.
portal.
Yeah, guess Slovenian
You
guy.
nonsense.
Just get a guy from Norway.
Yep.
But
I heard
anybody
they were looking there.
anybody's better than Bryce Young at this point. I think he is garbage, and way under.
So, what do you think about Bryce Young now?
Terrible.
All right, Mario.
Yeah, I mean, Bryce Young as a person,
Terrible.
I like him. He's
Oh.
a really likable guy.
He's a likable guy.
But
Kinda.
they're the poverty Panthers.
Yep.
They're terrible. This is easy under.
All right, so we're 3-1 on the under.
yeah.
All right, 3-1 over for the Falcons, 3-1 under for the Panthers. Mario,
Yep.
your New Orleans Saints, tied for the lowest win total
Yep.
in the entire NFL.
Lowest win total.
4.5, and it's minus 150 on the over, though. So maybe there's some hope for
Yeah,
Falcons.
lowest win total. Listen, kick us while we're down. I've never seen us win less than 5 games. 5 games, line in the sand.
Line in the sand.
I went through it. We actually win. We win 1 game against the Bears, and then we win our last 4.
Sharp.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a
It's
terrible.
like- it's like-
Big
it's like-
losing streak incoming in the middle of the season.
Yeah. No, we lose like a ton of games, and then it's all of a sudden we rip like a nice little like Titans, double Panthers, and throw in.
I mean,
like,
you have the second easiest schedule in the entire league.
That's why we're getting 5 wins.
And you have the lowest win total,
5
which
wins.
is insane. With
Gotta
that
believe in
schedule.
something.
Mike?
No, it won't happen. It's impossible to go under.
I mean, there's no
Literally,
way
yeah,
that
there's
you
no
tell me a guy like Alvin Kamara last year gets a career high in any category at all whatsoever. And then you realize that, it's rushing yards and you're like, oh, this is fantastic. And then you go 4.5. That doesn't make sense. It has to be over. So, over.
All right. Yeah.
Yeah.
I hope so for you guys. You have the second easiest schedule.
Shout out Mardi Gras.
I think you find out really quick, like probably week 2 into the season, how this team's going to go. If they win, like they did last year, the first 2 games, all of a sudden.
won't. We won't.
Well,
We
I'm
don't
just
have
saying.
Derek Carr.
could.
I'm saying you have the second easiest schedule. So like you start 2-1 or 3-1.
You're hitting the over.
Then you're hitting the over, and it's going to be like they can try. I think week 1 or 2, there's a message that comes out that's like we're tanking because this team, if you look at it, like they have some pieces a lot of their better ones aren't going to be around for much longer.
Yeah.
And so it's very, very close to kind of a hit the reset button hard on this and get a QB1 overall. This is the perfect spot to tank, and they have a really easy schedule, so it's going to be hard to do it. But, I mean, they have the quarterbacks to tank. It's perfect. They have Tyler Shuck and Spencer Rattler. So, yeah, I'm going 1 win for the Saints. They go 1-16 because
Just
they
beat
are,
the Bears.
Tyler
They are-
Show is
yeah,
nice, though.
they are
I like that.
intentionally tanking. I'm just saying they literally intentionally tank for the number 1 overall draft pick. But you'll know quick. If they can win the first couple games and they're like, oh, we have an easy schedule, maybe we get 6 or 7, be respectable. But, yeah, you're 0-3. You go get the number 1 draft pick. They have Nussmeyer's, though.
They could make a future
Go
out
get
show.
his kid.
Intern Johnson, you got their schedule up or what? He's smiling over there.
The Saints? Yeah, I know they're terrible.
Yeah, I was gonna go under here, but then I thought tanking for Nussy isn't as good as tanking for Arch.
That's what I'm saying.
So I think this
But the
year
Rams
is
are
their.
gonna do that.
This is their. No, their Rams are too good. This is their last year that they could just really do what they do.
His
in
dad
NFC
is
South.
on the staff, though.
No, but you trust me. Nussy's not the answer. It's 5 or you're winning 6.
We'll figure it out.
You're
He
winning.
does
6
have that
wins this
patellar
year.
tendonitis, I heard. It's
Yeah,
been
there's a lot of
lingering since the
interesting things I've
surgery. So
heard.
he might not be as good.
I like the
as
over
Seinfeld.
because I think tank is next year for
All right.
Arch.
Well, thank God I said under, else that was a consensus over. That would have been awesome. You're welcome.
That would've been
Wait,
awesome.
is it
welcome.
minus 150?
You're welcome,
Yeah.
guys.
The whole world thinks.
No. You're welcome.
I mean, I told you.
Tampa Bay
Line in the
Buccaneers,
sand.
9.5 plus 105. Yeah, I'll help us out here. Over. They run this division. It's just every single year, and their offense won't be as good, but this division is just horrible. And honestly, the NFC,
Division of champs.
the NFC compared to, like, the guys they
Falcons are
play in the
good.
NFC.
Panthers are bad, but
I mean, the
Falcons
Bucs
are good.
are just so much better than so many of these teams in the NFC. Like, the NFC is awful compared to the AFC. So, like, they win 10 games. It just happens.
Yeah, 9-8 exactly.
Oh,
Under.
under?
Yep.
Oh,
Exactly
no.
9 wins.
Yeah.
What are we doing?
Over. They are the most quiet, sneaky winning team of all time. They're just gonna continue
All
to win.
time.
Over.
Just make the playoffs every year. They win 10 games.
Yeah, they're awesome.
Well, they barely did last year.
They just do it
Last
every year,
second
though.
play.
They went 9-8.
They snap their fingers and they're in.
Yeah.
Last year, they did not go 9-8. They won 10 games. But
No,
go
but the
ahead.
year he's talking about the years before. You said every year.
Oh, I thought you said last year.
I thought you said every year.
Oh,
No, they're going
Yeah.
9-8.
Yeah, last year they went 10-7.
They went 10
Years
they went
before
10
that,
games, yeah.
9-8.
I'm saying they're going 9-8.
okay. So you're under.
Yeah.
Push.
Push on the Bucks. All right,
Hmm.
NFC East, Mario, Cowboys, 7.5. Low number for the Cowboys, minus 135. Who knows if Mike is going to be there?
Yeah, this is easy over. Easy over. Dak, this is a bounce back year. So he'll play a full season. They'll win like 10 games and then lose first round of the playoffs. Pretty standard. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if Dak is there, I'm never gonna support him. So under.
Yeah.
That's fair.
I'm with Mario. Even though, so they do have the 5th hardest strength of schedule. I know their defense is kind of just absolutely unraveling, losing players left and right. If Micah Parsons doesn't play, this defense is going to be horrible.
That would be crazy.
I mean, they're going to be really bad. Their secondary is not good. If they don't have Micah Parsons, their defense is really bad and they have a really hard schedule. So I know why the line's 7.5. Like, you'd think healthy Dak, CeeDee Lamb, George Pickens, like, in what world do the Cowboys win total look like 7.5?
Yeah.
Like, it's never that preseason. But yeah, I'm gonna go over. I think they get things figured out with Micah, and I think they win like 9 games, 10 games, and make the playoffs. But there is a world if Dak doesn't have his big season that this is the final year we see Dak Prescott with the Cowboys, and you see a full reset with this team. Because I mean, they haven't been to an NFC Championship in the last 30 years. So like, they've been riding Dak for what is this 7th season, 8th, 7th? I think it's 7th year in the NFL. So I don't know. This feels like a big year for the Cowboys. The win total is pretty discouraging if you're a Cowboys fan, but I'm going over.
Yeah, it's the easiest bet in any
I think
win
this is
total.
like 10th year, right?
Is it?
It's
I'll look it
probably
up
a
while
decade.
Ryan's talking.
Was with he played with Zeke when Zeke came out as
That
a
was like 2015,
2016.
2016.
So,
yeah. So
probably
it's gotta
going
be
into
like
his ninth or
9th
10th year,
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a murder over.
This is
easiest.
his 10th season.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is If they go even near this number, he's out.
Yeah.
No, yeah, this is a murder over. I think I absolutely am obsessed with this vet. Parsons will play. This defense is fine. I think their secondary is actually really good with Blandon Diggs. So I love this team. It'll be fun. Murder.
All right, 3-1 on the over. Giants 5.5. Ryan
Under.
plus
Nothing.
115.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, but it just
Yeah.
under. No, it's
Yeah,
under.
my note was nope.
Under. Under.
Probably not, but next year when Jackson Dart is a starter, over. But for now, under.
Yeah, under.
now.
No,
Yeah.
there it
5 and
is.
12.
Love that. Love that.
Consensus
Boom.
under.
It was
There we
tough
go.
because the Malik Neighbors
Silly little
win
favorite.
total was 4.5, but the Giants is 5.5. I think they snipe right
Yeah.
in between that 5 and
That's
12.
sharp.
That's tough. Eagles 11.5. Mario. It's plus 105.
Nuke this over. Nuke it. Just, I mean, that maybe not as strongly as the Chiefs over, but this is, they're gonna win like 13 games.
Yeah, I kind of share the same brain cell there. They're the Super Bowl champs. They didn't really do anything but gain onto their already stout all the way around team. So over.
Yeah, so I was super confused why the win total was 11.5. I saw they had the fourth hardest schedule in the NFL.
Schedule's tough.
Really hard opponents outside the division. The rest of this division is not very good. But I'm nuking this over as well. They won 14 games in the regular season last year.
Yeah.
They just re-signed the core. They pretty much kept everyone except for obviously Jason Kelsey at center, which is a big that is a big thing, having your center quarterback relationship change. So, but I don't think it's 2.5 regular season wins lower. Definitely not with the juice on the under as well. So I'm kind of surprised by this line, regardless of the schedule. But I'm gonna go over, but like a cautious over, because even though I think they run the NFC and they're the best team, this being one win above the 49ers had me look twice at it. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah,
But I love the over.
Yeah, I with everything in my heart want to bet the under, but I'm not a piece of shit fish, so I'm just gonna bet the over.
Yeah,
But I love the under.
love the under.
But I'm betting the over.
Yeah.
Bet the
Bang.
over. Wait, so is that
Consensus.
consensus? Everyone's over. There it is.
Boom.
Consensus over.
Sharp.
Boom, 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 boom.
Mario, it's Commanders time. 9.5 wins plus 115.
Oh man, this is tough. Went through their schedule. I kept getting like 8 to 9 wins, but it's Jaden Daniels, dude.
JD.
Like I just see Daniels in number 5 on the back of the jersey, and if he's healthy, they're gonna make this number a sweat. If they miss, it's gonna be like a game under, and if they hit it, it's just gonna be half a game over. So it's gonna be right there. I'm just gonna give it to JD over.
Like that.
Yeah, I was super all over this over, and then the Terry McLaurin news came out, and I was like, ooh, I'm a little bit worried because they had such a good relationship. And I think Deebo Samuel's good, but he's not
Terry.
He's
figure
not
it out
Terry,
with Terry.
and he doesn't have the same connection that he's built with Terry over the past year.
He's not gone.
He's probably leaving though. He's like,
He's under contract though.
yeah, but
You think he just sits out a season in his prime?
it's one of those assume the worst and prep for the worst.
Assume the worst, prep for the worst.
Yeah,
Okay.
That's a good statement.
assume the worst, prep for the worst.
Where are
But
you going?
I do like Jaden Daniels. I do think he's a
Alright, so where
winner.
you
So over.
All right, yeah. I'm super confident Terry McLaurin plays for the Commanders this year. He is really close with Jaden Daniels. It's a contract thing. I don't know if they renegotiate, but like receivers in his position typically do not do well sitting out an entire season.
No.
In their prime
Good
of their
point.
career.
Can he not get traded?
They could, but the Commanders said they don't want to trade.
Oh, they did. Oh, I didn't
So
know
like
that.
I mean I'm sure they're listening to trades. So anyone's available for trade if you offer the right thing for him.
Yeah.
If someone offers him a first rounder and like a third rounder, they'll probably snap that up. But I don't know if anyone's saying that for Terry. I'm gonna go over though because I absolutely love Jaden Daniels. He's just a winner. There's a reason they won so many one possession games. Kind of like what I said with Cam Ward. What I think he's gonna do. I think it's again the same thing with Jaden Daniels, where he's just a winner. He did it like in the playoffs too, to where like. He's the guy who you want with the ball at the end of games. They're going to be in a lot of close games this year.
Yeah.
Defense isn't awful. That offense isn't awful either. Like, they can make shit happen, and I think they just do. So, yeah, I love 10-plus wins for the Commanders.
Yeah, I'm going under here. I'm kind of with Mario where I think it's gonna be a sweat. I'd rather just go with, fading
I think
some money.
sharp side's under.
I think they're also defenses so
where
many
the money's
glaring
at.
problems in my opinion. I think their defense is the reason why they lose a lot of games. And maybe some teams figure out their offense a little bit. Maybe McLaurin doesn't pay.
Also, like sophomore slump, maybe you never know. Like,
I don't think it'll be really Jaden Daniels' fault. I think it's more of like the team around him personally, and their defense I think is the only reason they ever were coming close to losing games where it was like 31-28 because they gave up a billion points. Like even to the Steelers, they gave up 40 points. Like what are we doing here? So like
We were nice that week.
I like the under.
All All right, last division. 3-1 on the over on the Commanders.
Best division in
Last
football.
division. Mike says best division. NFC West. Mario, we're going to start with you on the Cardinals because Mike
your
says
favorite team?
it is your favorite team heading into next year.
Oh, for sure.
8.5 wins at -120. You're obviously going over on your
It's
favorite.
his favorite offense.
Yeah, so I went through this. I went through the favorite offense that is the Arizona Cardinals schedule. I came up with a record of 9-8. So whenever it's close, I kind of flip a coin. I'm like, all right, do I trust this quarterback long term to pull out these wins? I think Kyler Murray is good for 5 to 6 wins. After that, he unravels. It's a crapshoot with these next 3. Right now, today, this Monday, I'm feeling under.
All right. It's an under.
Wow. That is absolutely shocking news to me, as I had previously heard Mario rave and
Well,
rant.
offenses don't just win you games, Mike.
Yeah.
And he talked about specifically the offense.
It's a good point. That's a
Lions
good
would have won
point.
multiple Super Bowls.
That's also, you know what? I like the points that you guys are making. I am not a Kyler Murray fan. I think he's been coached
Used to be.
terribly for his whole life.
He used to be, then you realized he was half Japanese.
And that his coach in college
Dan-
was
well,
Lincoln Riley.
Yeah.
You know, not
Lots
it
of
has
things
nothing to do
unraveled.
with his ethnic background.
Yeah,
Similar
You don't
to
like
all
Asians.
people.
I'll challenge him.
I have no discrimination against anyone, but under because I don't believe in them.
Yeah. This
That's
is such an easy under. This team sucks. They suck. They're really bad.
Passion.
Like, they're by far the worst team in this division. And, like, it's not close. I know the Seahawks have a 7.5 win total. I don't think they're very good either. But, like, the Cardinals are bad. And Trey McBride's okay. Marvin Harrison, I know they drafted early. And
Trash.
people want to, maybe he's good. But, like, this is, dude, they win 5 games next year. This is under.
No, I love this over. They won 8 games last year, and they were a complete mess as a team everywhere on defense, offense. Nothing looked right to me, and they won 8 games. And I think the division got worse, in my opinion. I don't think the Niners are as good as people think. Seahawks lost Geno, I think, was a huge loss. So I think the Cardinals would step up as that probably 2 spot behind the Rams, maybe. And I like the Cardinals over a lot.
So we're pushed that, right? There's you went over under.
I went
You want
under.
under.
Oh,
3-1.
3-1.
Oh no, flip. Okay, over.
So okay, push.
Yeah, we can't have that on the card.
Boo.
can't have
I
Cardinals.
like washing the Cardinals
Yeah.
off the card. They don't deserve
Yeah.
to have a pick. They're that bad.
Boo.
I wrote
that's
flip.
a good
so,
take. Los Angeles Rams -140 on the 9.5 number. Mike, this is a heavy juiced lines, close to 10. What do you like here?
Yeah, I mean, our floor is 11 wins. I mean, especially if we stay healthy, this offense is going to take the league by absolute force.
Yeah.
Matthew Stafford heading into his probably the start of his sunset
Next
years.
epidural appointment.
Yeah, maybe
where he's
his
headed.
next epidural appointment.
Street
you know,
clothes.
He
That's what
was
they call
wearing
them these
street
days in
clothes, but
practice.
you know,
Street
I think
clothes
McVay.
Stafford.
You know, McVay has been known to be a cautious guy. They call him Cautious McVay, and
They do
you
say
know,
that.
yep, they call him cautious everywhere. And Stafford is going to come back as a lightning threat. Puka Nakua and the addition of Devontae Adams, their O line's looking healthy. Protection everywhere, just protection here, protection there. Kyrie Williams, healthy and powerful and explosive. Bang. Offense scoring, defense stopping. 11 wins for. Over.
Yeah, I like more than 11 wins for the Rams. I'm obsessed with this team. You see often when you have star defensive players, especially on the line, year 2 is just electric.
Yeah.
And I mean, we get
Jared
to see
Verse.
that with both Fisk and Jared Verse, who Jared Verse, in my opinion, is by far the best young defensive player in the NFL. I think he's going to win multiple Defensive Player of the Year awards. I mean, he was walkaway Rookie of the Year last year on defense. You're seeing NFL legends say that they think he's going to win Defensive Player of the Year multiple years in a row. Like retired greats, Ray Lewis is obsessed with him. Aaron Donald said he might even come back to play with him. So
Well,
like,
if Micah Parsons.
if Micah Parsons
Yeah,
ends up coming too,
that'd be the most
and
insane
Micah Parsons
defense
is
of all
also
time.
obsessed with Jared Verse. Yeah, I love this defense for next year. And, dude, their offense with McVay never has problems. Healthy Stafford when he comes back, which I assume he will. And, yeah, the receiving core, Kyron Williams. I'm obsessed with this team. They probably win this division. So, I'm, way over.
Almost certainly.
Way over on the Rams.
Yeah, I'm barely leaning over. They haven't won 11 games or 10 more than 10 games since Goff. So I think they hit 10-7 on the dot. Personally speaking, their offense is good. I think they McVay's lost a little luster. They're not 35 a game good. They know how to win games. Stafford, I think, is a little regression. Their defensive line's really good. Their secondary's all right. So I think they win the division. It's a weird division, not great. And I think they win the division with 10 wins. So I'm going to go lean over.
Yeah, I'm right there with Ryan. I mean, maybe they could get 11, but
Yeah, they definitely could get 11.
But yeah, I like over.
Consensus over.
All right, bang,
There you have it.
boom. Rams, you're Los Angeles Rams.
2 more teams left. We
No,
got
Smoss.
San Francisco
Smoss
49ers. Their number is 10.5 at plus 100. This is a team that, at least our friend group seems to be extremely down on. But their win total is 10.5. It's, 5th highest in the entire NFL. This is an over, and it's for one reason and one reason only. They have by far the easiest schedule in the entire league.
They do.
They have, by some metric, the easiest strength of schedule. Everyone was hurt last year. They bounced back. Love the addition of Micah Williams. I think if there's a guy that's going to have a Jared Verse-esque season on the edge, it is Micah Williams out of Georgia. Like that they got Fred Warner back as well and re-signed Kittle. CMC is going to be healthy. Purdy's back. They lost 1.5 starters on the O-line, but I think there's a world where this team goes and gets back to where they were 2 years ago with that 12-plus win number. So I'm over on the 49ers.
Yeah, ditto, over. Nothing to it. You said everything.
I'm very hesitant on this team here because, their quarterback is, in my opinion, an excellent game manager that Brock Purdy is. He's not going to be a guy who's going to go out and, absolutely take over a game and win it for you when, you really think he's going to pull out the unexpected. I think he has the ability to do that when he has a fully loaded offense. I think, this offense is just looking a little bit.
Slap my computer around a little bit.
Slap your computer around a little bit. Ayuk is hurt for the first start of the season. Samuel's obviously gone. But I do these totals based off of the imaginary world of no injuries. And if CMC is CMC, how do you stop this team against the easiest schedule in the NFL? So I have over, but pretty
It is
narrow.
kind of similar to Dolphins.
Narrow.
Like healthy CMC is 17-0.
Exactly.
Yeah, healthy Tua, healthy.
Yeah,
Are you doing,
exactly.
your 17-0 like last year?
Oh, no, that went awful.
That
I
was
bet
that was
the
electric, though.
49ers to go undefeated last year and make the playoffs and bet every over, and I just got absolutely cooked. But injuries did not help that. Mario?
Yeah, so I had 9 to 10 wins, which would be an under. I'd put maybe 1 unit on this under just because it really all depends on their first 5 weeks. If they can string together a lot of wins their first 5 to 6 weeks, I think after that their team will be fully healthy.
And the schedule is just cakewalk.
The schedule's easy, but I don't know, it's still gonna be new faces and new people out there. Say what you say, but it's one thing in practice when you're throwing to guys, but when you have defenders out there and your timing, especially for quarterback, when you used to Debo and Ayuk.
Well, Ayuk's still there. The only one that changed is Debo.
No, I know, but I'm saying he's not going to be there week 1. So and by the time he's coming off a pretty serious injury, it takes usually a couple weeks to ramp up until you're probably playing full, 100% of offensive snaps. So I just think that, and I think Mike Hill, they said he's going to start the season, but obviously he's ramping up, coming back from a couple setbacks as well. I don't know. I think if they can string together a lot of wins, they could be one of those teams that nukes this over, but I'm going to be precautionary.
All right, 3-1 on the over. Last team in the NFL, Seattle Seahawks, 7.5 at minus 140. Mario, why don't you kick us off here with our last team?
Yeah, this is going to be a tough season for Seattle. I think they'll be in a lot of games. They'll be kind of stingy. I don't think they get blown out a ton, but I just don't think they win a lot. 6 to 7 wins under.
Yeah, I unfortunately am kind of in the same boat. I just don't really trust this offense. I'm obviously a big Cooper Kupp fan, but JSN did prove to be very good, but that was with Geno Smith. I don't really, I just don't love the offense over there, and I also have always hated Seattle, always will, so under. Pray on their demise.
Yeah, I had underwritten in my notes, but I'm changing it now.
That's fine.
I was just looking. No, it had nothing to do with you. I was just thinking about this team more. Sam Darnold impressed the hell out of me last year in the Vikings, and maybe it is Kevin O'Connell with the Vikings. I don't know. I like JSN a lot, but I don't like that he has to be the only wide receiver on this team because I
Yeah,
don't think
yep.
Cooper Kupp is going to be that good. And so hopefully he can draw somehow some single coverages and they can draw some plays up for him so he's not just getting doubled the entire time. The rest of this
That's
offense,
why I don't like
the rest of this offense looks
He has to
really
be
bare.
the
It looks really bad. And like Kenneth Walker's fine, and Charbonnet's cool, but I just don't think this offense. I think they have one of the worst like skill positions in all of the NFL from like running back, tight end, and wide receiver. And their defense is okay. I'm gonna go over just because of Sam Darnold, but I don't like it. I had under on my notes. I'm changing it. I think they win like 8 games, and the number's 7.5. I just don't want to say Sam Darnold goes from 14 wins to 7 from the Vikings to the Seahawks. Is that big of a difference? Maybe. I don't know. I'll go over.
I'm absurdly obsessed with this over. They've only hit this under once in the last decade, and it was because they won 7 games. Seattle wins. There's nothing to it. There's a winning culture. They have been. And it doesn't matter who's on the team. And we said the same thing about Geno coming in. Like, no one thought Geno was Geno 2.5 years ago. He was
Good
average
point.
at best
That
and
was
then
a
had a
very good
huge
point.
year.
And they had
Yeah.
Pete Carroll.
Yeah, but we hate
But-
Geno on the Jets.
It's
so.
not like Pete Carroll's an offensive coach.
He's just a good coach.
No, yeah,
He's a
but
winning coach.
the Seahawks last year were good too with Geno without Pete Carroll.
Yeah, they had 10 wins.
I'm saying so. Like I just think every year without whatever their personnel is, they're solid and they just win. So I love this over.
There you have it. All right. In the NFC, we had 4 consensus picks as well.
Wow, 4-4. That's
So we
beautiful.
had
4? Oh,
the
wow.
Vikings consensus under 9.5, Giants consensus under 5.5, Eagles consensus over 11.5, and the Rams consensus over 9.5.
Well, I like the NFC.
So you
better.
got 4 in the
NFC's dirty.
AFC, 4 in the NFC for a total of 8 consensus picks.
You're welcome. It's
8
free money.
must
We'll
bets.
throw them up on the screen.
Must bets.
These are the must bets right here.
86%.
Yeah, we literally hit these all the time. Let us know in the comments which teams we messed up. Which consensus picks? We got 8 picks. These hit above 75, 80%. Which ones are you fading? Which ones are you obsessed with? Let us know all of the feedback here. This was a grinder episode.
This was
I mean,
right.
an hour, 40-minute episode. We don't typically
We
do
really
those.
clocked in.
We used to do these long episodes back when we first started the pod.
Then
and we
Mike
started
got really mad.
Getting real, like, yeah,
Sure,
the,
I did.
the edits aren't fun for him. So shout out
Sure.
Mike. Drop a, whatever, fade Mike in the comments to shout
No.
him out for
Yeah.
editing. Shout out Ed. But let us know what you think of these longer episodes. I mean, we're not doing them anymore because this is the last one.
Holy
of the
crap, I
season.
totally forgot. Yeah, Fade Mike is almost around the corner for free money for you guys to win at a 70% clip.
Yeah, it's pretty
Shout
amazing.
out Ed. I hate you, Ed.
It's pretty amazing.
Totally-
I mean,
totally forgot about that.
NFL's here in 3 weeks, so let's get after it.
Oh my God.
Stay locked in with us. Drop
Bang.
a subscribe if you're new, and we'll see you on the next one.
Bang.